I was standing right there, still breathing, still alive, when my mom looked at me and said, "This business isn't for you, Alara. You've always been too emotional." Then she handed the company papers to my younger brother, Jace, like I didn't exist. That was the moment everything inside me cracked. My hands were shaking, but my face didn't flinch. I just nodded and said, "Okay." But inside, I promised myself, I'll make them regret ever calling me too emotional. Tell me something. If your parents gave everything you worked for to someone else, would you walk away quietly, or would you fight? I wasn't surprised, honestly. I should have seen it coming. My whole life I was the backup plan. Jace was always the golden boy. He failed classes. Mom blamed the teachers. I got a 98%. You could have tried harder, Alara. At the dinner table, they talked about his ideas for the business, his dreams, his future. Me? I was just the one who ran the accounts, worked weekends, and held everything together silently. Still, I thought maybe, just maybe, they'd see my efforts someday. But that day never came. Instead, they handed over everything: my father's construction company, which I helped scale online, land we jointly inherited, even my office. Just like that. No warning, no explanation, just, he's the right one to lead. Do you think? Being the responsible one makes you the obvious choice, or just the easiest to ignore, the worst part? Jace didn't even look guilty. He smirked and said, "You're better with numbers anyway. Maybe you can still handle payroll." That line, that tone, like I was just a piece of furniture. I excused myself, walked out, sat in my car, and screamed into my steering wheel. But here's the thing. I didn't cry, not even one tear, because deep down, something had already shifted. I knew what I had to do, and just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I overheard something that changed everything. ChatGPT said it was late, past midnight, and I had come back to grab the laptop I left behind. The office lights were off, but I heard voices from the conference room. I paused. It was Jace, and my mom. I don't even know why I stayed to listen. Maybe I was hoping to hear her defend me. Instead, I heard this. "She doesn't need to know about the second will," Mom whispered. "Your dad made changes before he died, but if we act fast, she won't be able to contest anything." My heart stopped. Second will? What second will? Jace laughed and said, "Relax. She's too soft. She won't fight us. She never does." That one sentence, it turned whatever love I had left into pure fire. So they lied. They planned everything behind my back, and they thought I'd just roll over? I started digging the next morning. I didn't sleep. I went through old emails, paperwork, legal docs, everything my dad ever signed. And after 3 days, I found it. Tucked away in a password-protected folder on his old hard drive. The real will. Not the one they filed with the lawyer. The one that named me as the primary heir. And here's the part that will haunt me forever. My dad didn't trust them. The will had a handwritten note scanned into the file. It said, "Alara is the only one I trust to run this business. She earned it. The others will destroy it. What would you do if you found out your family stole your inheritance and faked your father's final wishes?" I wanted to scream, but instead, I smiled. Because now I had proof, and I wasn't going to confront them quietly. I was going to make sure everyone knew what they did. But before I could take my next step, I got an anonymous email. Subject line: "We need to talk." I know what they did too. My hands froze over the keyboard as I stared at the screen. The email was from a blocked sender. No name. Just a single sentence in the body. "Meet me behind the old printing warehouse at 9 p.m. Come alone." I didn't know if it was a trap or a lifeline, but my gut said go. I parked 2 blocks away, kept my phone on record, and slipped a small pepper spray into my jacket. Just in case. When I got there, a woman stepped out of the shadows. Late 30s, maybe, sharp eyes, calm voice. She said, "Your father trusted you, just like he trusted me, until your mom made sure I disappeared." I blinked. "Who are you?" "I'm the company's real co-founder," she said. "Your dad and I built it before your mom ever stepped in. But once he died, she erased me from the records, told everyone I was just an old consultant." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Another lie. Another betrayal. And yet, it made sense. My dad always talked about someone named Marla in his old journals. Always with respect. Always with trust. Marla handed me a flash drive. "This has everything. Emails, recordings, signatures, proof. Your mother manipulated the board, forged financials, and forced your father to change legal documents while he was sedated in the hospital." She paused. "You were never supposed to see any of this." My entire world tilted. I had gone from thinking I lost everything to holding the one thing that could burn them all to the ground. But here's the question. If you had the power to destroy your own family's reputation, would you use it? Or would you walk away to protect what's left? I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. My mind kept spinning. What if I leak this? What if I take them to court? What if they win anyway? But then, a new idea crept in. One more dangerous. One more satisfying. What if I didn't expose them right away? What if I let them think they won, while I took back everything from the inside, and that's when my revenge plan really began? Step 1? I called Jace the next morning and said the one thing he never expected. "You were right. Maybe it's better this way. I think I need a break." And he bought it. So did my mom, but they had no idea I was about to become their biggest threat. For the next 3 months, I became exactly what they wanted me to be. Quiet, distant, invisible. I took a mental health break, moved out of the house, and told everyone I was working on myself. What I was really doing? Setting up a new company. One that operated in the same space, same industry, but smarter, faster. With Marla as my silent partner and investor. I used everything I learned while working behind the scenes in Dad's business. I hired his old contractors, revived his original plans, and contacted clients who had left after he died. Turns out, most of them didn't like Jace's arrogance. They missed the old way. My father's way. My way. And the best part? I didn't even put my name on the business. I launched it under a different LLC, a different brand, something sleek and fresh. Jace and my mom had no idea I was behind it. Then came the perfect opportunity. Jace was hosting a grand rebranding gala for his version of the company. Glamorous lights, media invites, speeches, the whole show. And guess who he hired to cater the event without even realizing? Me, my company, my food trucks, my staff, my name, hidden in plain sight. And when Jace went up to give his big speech about vision and legacy, I slipped away and activated the final phase. I had pre-scheduled an email blast to go out to all major clients, investors, and the board. The subject line read, "The truth behind the transfer and the real owner's return." Attached were Marla's documents, the original will, financial proof of forgery, and a quiet introduction to my new company. Timing? Perfect, because people started checking their phones mid-speech. Murmurs spread through the crowd like wildfire. Jace stuttered. My mother turned pale. Imagine standing under a spotlight while your lies unravel in real time. Yeah, that's what they felt. But right before I left the venue, Jace found me near the exit. His voice was low, almost desperate. "You set this all up, didn't you?" I smiled. You said I was just good. With numbers. I guess you forgot. Numbers never lie. But then he said something that froze me in place. There's something you don't know. About Dad. About why he made the second will. I looked at him, confused. What are you talking about? And that's when he dropped the twist we never saw coming. Jace looked at me like he wasn't angry anymore. Just broken. Dad didn't change the will because of Mom, he said. He changed it because he thought he didn't have a choice. I blinked. What do you mean? He sighed, then pulled out his phone. This is the last voicemail he left me. I never told anyone. He hit play, and I heard my father's voice, weak, slow. If Alara finds this out, it'll break her. But I need you to protect her. Your mother, she blackmailed me. Said she'd cut Alara out of everything if I didn't transfer control. I'm making another copy of the real will. Hide it. Use it when she's strong enough. She'll come looking. She always does. My chest tightened. All this time, I thought my dad abandoned me, but he was protecting me in the only way he knew. He trusted I'd figure it out on my own. That one voicemail changed everything. My revenge wasn't just about justice now. It was about honoring the one person who never gave up on me, even in silence. I walked out of that gala with peace in my chest. The company? Mine again, officially, legally, publicly. Mom resigned after the board confronted her. Jace? He stepped down too, and started therapy. And me? I turned Dad's dream into something bigger, clean, transparent, and fair. No secrets. No lies, but I never forgot what I learned. Sometimes the real revenge isn't about shouting louder. It's about rising higher, so high their silence becomes your applause. Moral of the story: never underestimate the quiet ones. The world might ignore them, mock them, even steal from them. But one day they rise. And when they do, they don't ask for a seat at the table. They build a new one. What about you? If someone stole what was rightfully yours, would you fight back or walk away? If you felt that twist in your chest, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe.